if you're judging like the draft picks of the Canucks and where they've kind of got value for guys in the Jim Benning era, I think right at the top of the list is when they got Adam Gaudette in the 5th round. He was a guy who wasn't putting up a lot of offense, and he was a guy that kind of was in a defensive role at the time. And, you know, flash forward to this past season, and he's a guy who led all college hockey in points. He was a top goal producer in the entire country, in the U.S., and all of a sudden, the Canucks have, you know, a top prospect here at number 5 who was a 5th round pick. How did they come up with him? How did they find him? How did they uncover him? Well, I think the guy that really pushed for him was Judd Brackett, kind of runs the scouting side of the Canucks organization right now. He was able to see that despite Gaudette's role and despite how he was being used at the time, that there was big-time offensive upside with a guy like this, that he did have the talent to develop into a dominant offensive force in college hockey, and that's what he was this past season. We got a glimpse of him at the end of the year with the Vancouver Canucks. Certainly we saw his speed, we saw some tenacity, we saw his back checking, we saw his defensive responsibility. You know, these aspects of his game came to the floor. They were impressive. We didn't get a lot in terms of seeing his shot, in terms of seeing his offensive ability, but that's there for him. Like, he has a really good chance to be a two-way middle six center in the NHL. Maybe line 2, maybe line 3. Most people have him pegged in terms of potential as a line 3 guy, but you know, we've seen others in Canucks history who've been pegged for spots like that, and they impress, and they kind of, you know, overshoot where the pegging that people have him at. So I think the Canucks think the world of Gaudette, think he can be a big-time core piece for them moving forward. He gives them that speed that they need, the modern NHL requires. I'm expecting big things from Adam Gaudette this season. I think the Canucks are too. Probably start off on a 4th line and move his way up from there.